2, 1, and we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ACG, where we're just a couple gamers. I'm your boy Smooth.
I'm your boy Doc.
And guys, we are back with episode 4, entitled Will Cern Destroy Us? If you guys don't know what Cern is, if you guys don't know what these crazy chemists have been cooking up behind your back, behind closed doors and in the shadows, well, you're about to find out today, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I do have Doc with me, of course. He is my co-host. But the other thing I do want to say that I don't exactly understand is why my camera is switched or something. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Anyways, yeah, if you guys,
they don't want you to talk.
Bro, you said it, not me, bro. You said it, not me. Yeah. So, if you want to just fill these guys in on some of the stuff that we were talking about in the past 3 episodes, and I'll go ahead and share this link.
Roger that. Well, welcome, y'all. For those who are joining the podcast, welcome to Lions Podcast, where we just speak our mind and we tell it like it is. First episode, we were talking about the Kansas City shooting, and we were talking about how, you know, one minute they said one story, and then the next minute they said another story, and you know, one minute you heard that it was an illegal immigrant, the next minute you're hearing there's 2 juveniles. And so we were talking about it, but the focal was more of it, was it a mental thing? You know what I'm saying? What did something mental had to happen for that to happen? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we still don't know the story behind that. What else we've been talking about? We've talked about, the veterans, which was a touching one, where we spoke highly about the veterans, but we spoke about the downfall of how America is treating the veterans. And I did mention myself, I was a veteran, and I spoke a little on my part about it. And, you know, I'm not saying not all veterans, but I'm saying majority of our veterans are not getting the help that they necessarily need. And, and we were really talking about that. And then the last episode that we did, we were speaking about the Mandela effect and how we went over certain effects that literally changed from the past to now. And we guys, go hear that segment. It is hilarious. We broke down some slides, and you know, there was some agreements, there were some disagreements, but at the end of the day, it was a good breakdown. I'll tell you, it was hilarious, but it just shows you how we may be living in a world in a parallel universe, and folks don't want to hear that, right? And that's what brings up to today's topic, Cern. And so that's your Lions podcast breakdown from Doc Holiday. Back to you there, Chuck Smooth. No, just playing.
I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you guys so much for watching. We already got some people hitting the like button. We already got some people coming in. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it, guys. Look, Cern is a government-funded program. And what they're trying to do, and what they have done, is create a God particle. I don't want to butcher any of this information. I have read a lot into this, but it's not something that I study. And just full disclosure here, guys, I am by no means an expert into this subject, or really any of these subjects. I'm just giving my personal opinion. I scoured the internet, and I'm trying to find the best information to give you guys. I've even fact-checked a lot of this stuff. This right here is one of the main conspiracies. This video is only a minute-long clip, so we'll go ahead and jump into this really quick, okay? Wait, first let me cut the music. I'm sorry about that. All right, so, and this is very interesting. This is one of the many theories surrounding this, okay? Here we go.
So there's a popular conspiracy theory going around that started from the July 5th Large Hadron Collider opening. And the conspiracy theory goes that it opened a portal to another dimension, and now is letting evil spirits go into our universe. But first, before evil spirits kill us all, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and since you're down there, make sure to give this video a like since it helps with the algorithm. But what actually happened now that it's open? Instead of evil spirits coming into our universe, scientists can now understand more about our universe, like the fact that it created particles we've never seen before. It created an actual mini black hole for a second, and it can even allow us to know more about other dimensions above our three-dimensional world. Although there are many advantages, there are also disadvantages. Right? Well, not really. Say for example black holes, which are and can be created with the Large Hadron Collider. Those are only very, very tiny quantum black holes, which are pretty much too small to cause any damage. What do you think is true about the Cern Large Hadron Collider? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so that right there in a nutshell is what CERN has been up to. But guys, that's just one example, okay? There's a lot more that goes into this. It's all about matter, atoms, and how they work. And that was kind of where we started. First we were trying to recreate particles, and then of course once we did that, that wasn't good enough. We had to keep going, and so then we needed to see how they react, and I understand the science behind it, right? Like that's all very interesting stuff, and we're trying to figure out how the building blocks of life actually work. We're trying to figure all that out. But you're talking about creating black holes, right? And yes, they're saying these black holes are so tiny that they can't actually cause harm. But you have to ask yourself something. When it comes to science, you can't, how often do you just try out a scientific experiment and it works 100% of the time, right? It doesn't. It never does. Like, in order for science to progress, they have to make mistakes. You have to get your hands dirty. You have to fail 1,000 times before you can succeed once type stuff, right? So what's to say that this stuff is not going to fail? I'm really trying to wrap my head around this. Like, how do you expect to create a black hole and it not go wrong? Okay, so I just want to see real quick if anything pops up here. Okay, this is some of the stuff that I keep finding on CERN. And I just want to see, this right here is 21. Okay, so this has got to be it. This is scary, guys.
Full Sail University.
This is really scary. And the reason that it's scary is because when you're messing with particles and you're smashing them together at the speed of sound and shit, like, things are going to go wrong. But they're literally saying that they opened some type of portal. I don't know to what's coming through, what's going in. I don't know, but this is the result. Here you go.
It is our largest collider in the world. Some people describe it as the world's biggest freezer. It's also the world's biggest.
Imagine a place where scientific boundaries are shattered and where the laws of physics are pushed to their limits. That place is CERN. And today, something unimaginable has occurred. It's a phenomenon that challenges everything we thought we knew. What does this phenomenon mean for the future of our universe?
The universe is everything, from the tiniest particles to the largest galaxies.
And are we prepared as a human race to witness this rather unexplainable event? Join us as we embark on a mind-bending journey like no other, and uncover this strange event that happened at CERN that no one can explain. Deep underground, inside a hidden tunnel, lies a technological marvel that's so advanced and extraordinary that it far surpasses any other modern-day technology. Housing this intricate machinery, the tunnel at CERN makes buzzing and humming sounds, almost like a big scientific playground. This is where beams of energy are sent in a big circle. Welcome to the Large Hadron Collider, LHC, at CERN, a place where amazing scientific discoveries happen. The LHC is not an ordinary machine. It's a huge ring that stretches for 17 miles underground, crossing the borders of France and Switzerland. It's designed to make tiny particles go really fast, almost as fast as light. Scientists used the LHC to recreate the conditions that existed right after the Big Bang. A massive explosion
Did you hear that?
created our universe.
Hold on. Let me just stop. You heard that, right, bro?
Yeah.
They're trying to recreate the Big Bang. Think about that for a second.
I don't know.
Think about
I'd be
that.
scared, low
Do you
key,
guys
though.
know what the Big Bang is? Supposedly,
What's she trying to-
if you subscribe to the Big Bang theory, the Big Bang created Earth itself. So if you're recreating the Big Bang that created Earth, are you not technically, are you not hoping to create another small Earth or some shit?
Right.
Like what? What the? Okay. Okay.
universe. When the LHC started working, scientists noticed some strange things happening. The detectors in the collider recorded more particle collisions than expected at certain energy levels. These unexpected events didn't match what scientists had predicted using the standard model of particle physics, which is like the foundation of our understanding of the tiny particles that make up everything in the universe.
Bruh.
There were also experiments called beauty experiments that aimed to measure the decay.
What's up, bro?
So, guys, who's seen the show The Flash on WB?
This guy.
Like, okay. So, their base reminds you of CERN,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yep.
They need a certain amount of light energy to start the, I forgot what they call it. It's been a while since I've seen it. But to start it to react. And then what happens? What happens when it goes full function?
Explodes.
He goes into another time. No, he goes into another time period.
Ah. Right. Yeah. You're ripping a hole through the fabric of time.
Hello.
Okay.
So what is CERN doing?
Doing
What
that.
is CERN doing right now?
They're doing that.
Okay. So it's literally, so there's certain TV shows that are literally educating you on what they're doing.
Right.
But because we're so hyped into the fiction, we don't even see what's really happening. But I
Right.
wanted to show you guys that, because I know there's some DC fans out there, or Marvel, well, they're DC, this is DC. So I know there's some DC fans out there, and listen, you'd be surprised. The comics, Marvel and DC, that'd be a whole nother episode too on that one. Get out of there.
Here we go.
Decay of beauty quartz,
Right.
a type of tiny particle. The results didn't match what the standard model predicted. This suggested that there might be a new kind of physics that we don't know about yet. Neutrinos, which are very elusive particles that hardly interact with anything, also caused confusion. There was an experiment at Cern called the Opera Oscillation Project that tracked neutrinos, and it seemed like they were going faster than light, which goes against what famous scientist Albert Einstein said. Later, it turned out to be a mistake, but it got people excited about the idea of there being extra dimensions. The LHC's experiments also produced heavier Higgs boson particles than expected. This made scientists think that maybe these extra weight particles were interacting with other particles or fields in dimensions beyond.
Oh, hold on. Apologies. Yeah, exactly. Shout out Leisha Mack, our moderator, staying up late tonight to hang out with us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Leisha Mack. She says they show us all this stuff in the movies, but we're just asleep to it. Yeah, she's absolutely right.
Shout out. Yes, she is.
Yep.
Which is the force that pulls things down, is also a mystery. It's the weakest of all the forces in the universe, and scientists did not completely understand it. Some theories suggest that gravity is spread across many dimensions, and the LHC might have allowed us to explore those dimensions. Although these observations do not prove that extra dimensions exist, they make scientists question what they thought they knew about how the universe works. They push the boundaries of what we understand and open up the possibility of a whole new way of looking at reality. That's why scientists think that the mysteries uncovered at the enormous LHC might be the key to discovering a new dimension of our universe. Scientists conduct experiments at CERN to study the basic building blocks of matter and how they interact. They use the LHC to recreate extreme conditions from the early universe.
Okay, so right there, you guys need to not only listen to what this guy just said, but I want you to understand what this guy just said, okay? And I said it just a little bit ago. These are experiments that we have no fucking clue the outcome of. We have no clue what could possibly happen. And they said in the first test, right? I can't remember what the name was, something opera, right? In the first test, it already showed the scientists that they didn't exactly understand what they were doing because they saw anomalies in the experiment that immediately indicated to anybody with a real brain that this could go very wrong. I'm sure they did the calculations and they were like, okay, this should be the outcome. And immediately on the first experiment, they were proven that the outcome they thought they were going to get was not it. Okay, so now we're moving forward with this. They're going to keep trying different experiments. Here we go.
By smashing particles together, they hope to find clues about extra dimensions. Some theories suggest that our universe has more than 3 dimensions. These extra dimensions might be curled up really small, so we can't see them with our current experiments. But the powerful collisions at the LHC could briefly reveal these hidden dimensions. If extra dimensions exist, they could bring new particles with them. Scientists call these hypothetical particles Kaluza-Klein modes. Detecting them would leave unique marks in CERN's detectors. Extra dimensions could also affect how known particles behave.
When I was a child, growing up in San Francisco area, I used to visit the Japanese tea garden and visit the carp swimming just beneath the lily pads.
They might move in ways that stretch into these hidden dimensions. This could cause us to see less energy or momentum in the collisions. Observations of missing energy or momentum at the LHC have made scientists wonder if extra dimensions might be real. Studying how particles decay can also help us understand extra dimensions. If particles interact with the extra dimensions, their decay patterns might be different from what we expect. Scientists carefully analyze these patterns to look for signs of extra dimensions. So far, we haven't seen direct proof of extra dimensions at CERN, but the experiments have given us intriguing hints that our current understanding...
Full disclosure, he said so far, there's no evidence that extra dimensions exist. Off what? They're not going to come out and tell us this stuff, just like anything else that's a secret. This is a secret program. We know of it, but we just don't know what exactly they're working on. The same way that the technology we have for the newest cell phone right now is not the best technology. We're getting the quote-unquote best technology years later. Not once have they ever came up with a great piece of technology and then just gave it to us. No, they hold on to it. They give us the sub version, and then a year or two later, we get the next iPhone. So whatever we know about now, you can bet your ass they're already a light year ahead of that, working on something else. So just put that into perspective.
Can't explain. Scientists believe that exploring extra dimensions is within our reach. They want to learn more about the universe and possibly discover a portal to another dimension at CERN. Scientists at CERN are also studying something called quantum entanglement. It's when particles become connected in a special way, no matter how far apart they are. This connection challenges how we think about cause and effect and how space and time work.
It is our largest collider in the world. Some people describe it as the world's biggest freezer.
CERN's quantum entanglement experiments aim to push this strange behavior's limits. They want to understand how the entangled particles are connected and whether this connection could lead to a portal to another dimension. Quantum entanglement is about how one particle's state is instantly linked to another, even if they are far apart. By exploring quantum entanglement, scientists hope to uncover more about the nature of space, time, and the possibility of accessing another dimension. These experiments contribute to our ongoing quest for knowledge and understanding of the universe. Scientists are interested in the idea of micro black holes, which are very small versions of the huge black holes we know about. They are studying micro black holes at Cern to learn more about extra dimensions and if they could lead to a passage to another dimension. According to some theories, like the string theory, extra dimensions could create micro black holes at the energy levels produced at Cern. These micro black holes would be tiny, about the size of the smallest unit in the universe, and would disappear quickly because of a process called Hawking radiation. Finding these hard-to-detect micro black holes would give us strong evidence that extra dimensions exist. However, people have raised concerns about their safety. Some worry that these tiny black holes could grow uncontrollably and be dangerous. But scientists believe...
Right there. Scientists believe that these tiny black holes could keep growing. Listen, even if there was a 1% chance that this could happen, 1%, are you willing to risk that, Doc? I'm going to go ahead and say Doc would say no. I don't think Doc would risk
that Hawking radiation would prevent them.
Oh no, my bad. I was on mute. No, I wouldn't risk that. No. Bro, negative. That's a negative right there.
1% chance that my car's going to blow up the minute I start it. I'm not starting.
Good luck.
Crazy.
Here's my thing. Why are we trying to make an artificial universe? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what this is all about. You know what I mean? Like, in reality, why are you opening up things? Why are you opening up portals? And then you wonder why people are being possessed now. Then you wonder why the world is going to shits. Because the thing is, people don't realize Cern's open up things that the naked eye can't see.
Right.
And if you ain't fully spiritual protected, the naked eye ain't going to help you. Your spiritual eye is going to help you. So what they're doing right now, number one, because let's be honest, they are messing with God.
They're playing God.
Okay? They're playing God. And who tries to play God? The same angel that fell from heaven trying to be God.
Angel Gabriel?
Do you see the correlation here? Angel Gabriel never fell. Angel Lucifer did.
I'm sorry, Angel Lucifer.
So he fell. Yeah. Hello. And at the end of the day, because they're trying to be gods, their human mistake will pretty much annihilate this world.
Thank you.
And you gotta remember, the man above made a pact with Noah and said, listen, this is the last time I'm gonna bring water here.
Right.
Next time I do something, I'm bringing fire.
Right.
Yeah? And it ain't coinkydinky that this Cern does things like this. And what happens if it backfires? We evaporate. Bro, we would never exist no more.
Done.
Nothing of this will be a...
We're going to be gone quicker than hitting the delete button. But Doc brought up a great point. They're playing God, which I'm pretty sure if the court would please direct their attention to evidence number 1, they already said it. They created the God particle. Now, think for a second why they would name it the God particle.
The God particle.
Unless they were playing God.
Right. Why would you? And my thing is, why are you making a God particle, bro? Because the thing is God wasn't a particle. So what is the God particle, right? Because God wasn't a particle last time I checked. So how can you call it the God particle? He wasn't a particle. Nobody can see God.
Yeah, and I don't think that these people would have got the funding that they needed for this, this is the biggest collider, right? In the world. They would not have this type of funding, which they desperately needed, unless the military industrial complex was behind it. And with that being said, we already know
the military.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say the military.
Yeah. We already know what any funding that the military puts towards anything is always to try and create the next best weapon, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that right there as we jump back into this.
Scientists hope to learn more about gravity and how space and time work by studying micro black holes. They also want to see how these tiny black holes form and disappear in the presence of extra dimensions. The way micro black holes decay and produce different particles could give us clues about the structure of these extra dimensions. Additionally, the creation of micro black holes could leave special signals in the detectors at Cern. These signals would show how particles interact with the tiny black holes and would be different from what we expect based on our current understanding. By carefully analyzing these signals, scientists can look for signs of extra dimensions and the creation of micro black holes. While we haven't found a direct way to another dimension through micro black holes at Cern, studying them helps us learn more about the universe. These experiments...
Here we have this...
Hey, while we're on the commercial, I want to say thank you everybody for watching. I can tell you right now that our next episode, we're going to cover the Jeffrey Epstein case, and we have a lot more great content coming your way. Thank you so much for everybody who's tuning in from our Chat Mafia group. Much love, and here we go.
Understanding gravity, space, and time, and they might reveal the existence of hidden dimensions. Cern is a place where scientists keep investigating and learning. It's important to know that we haven't yet found any proof of hidden dimensions or gateways to other dimensions. But scientists at Cern are determined to push the boundaries of knowledge and uncover the mysteries that go beyond what we currently understand. As they conduct experiments and develop theories, we move closer to the possibility of finding a door to another dimension by studying micro black holes. Now let's talk about the connection between the Higgs boson and extra dimensions. The Higgs boson is a tiny particle that gives mass to other particles, and its discovery at Cern was a huge accomplishment. But it also holds clues about the existence of extra dimensions. Some theories suggest that interactions with particles or fields in these hidden dimensions can influence the behavior of the Higgs boson. Scientists carefully study the properties of the observed Higgs boson to look for any differences that could indicate the presence of extra dimensions. One idea is that the mass of the Higgs boson could be affected by interactions with particles in the extra dimensions. If this is true, the measured mass of the Higgs boson could indirectly provide evidence for hidden dimensions beyond our usual 3 dimensions. Scientists measure the Higgs boson's mass precisely and compare it to theoretical predictions to test different ideas and gain insights into the potential existence of extra dimensions. At Cern, scientists go beyond simply observing the Higgs boson. They also investigate how it interacts with other particles and fields. By colliding particles at high energies and analyzing the resulting data, they explore extreme conditions where the effects of extra dimensions on the Higgs boson's properties might become noticeable. Scientists at Cern are likewise studying the concept of gravity rainbow and how it could provide evidence of other dimensions. Understanding gravity is crucial for exploring the universe, and theories about gravity have played a significant role in our study of other dimensions. Gravity's rainbow is a theoretical framework that tries to combine quantum mechanics and Albert Einstein's theory of gravity, known as general relativity. In the context of extra dimensions, gravity's rainbow offers a way to detect the influence of these dimensions on how gravity behaves. According to some models, extra dimensions can cause gravity to behave differently than general relativity predicts. When particles interact with these hidden dimensions, they can change the energy levels associated with their gravitational interactions, creating a rainbow effect of energy-dependent gravitation. Scientists hope to find evidence of other dimensions by studying this rainbow effect and better understanding how gravity works when these dimensions are involved. The search for hidden dimensions and gateways to other dimensions continues to fascinate scientists at Cern. While we haven't made any groundbreaking discoveries yet, the journey of scientific exploration brings us closer to unraveling the mysteries that exist beyond our current understanding of the universe. Detecting the effects of energy-dependent gravity would provide strong evidence for the presence of other dimensions. It means that gravity behaves differently based on the amount of energy involved. For example, when particles get very close to extra dimensions, gravity might act in a way that doesn't follow the usual pattern we're used to. Scientists can
Guys, I think that's kind of for those of you who watched this from the beginning, I think this is given more than enough evidence to prove that what we're doing right now could have catastrophic outcomes for not only our Earth, but definitely the galaxy as a whole. You know, and I don't want to touch on the alien topic yet because I can go down that rabbit hole completely with you guys in other episodes, and trust me that we have a lot to talk about as far as that's concerned. But just one of the theories that's well known is that since we dropped the atom bomb, since we bombed Japan, right, we've seen a high increase in extraterrestrial activity, right? That's when all this shit really started. That's when all the evidence started just unraveling itself, right? So if that theory is true, and we dropped the bomb on Japan, and then somewhere out there in the fucking universe, these aliens went, huh? What the fuck was that? And they came down here to Earth and they're watching. I need you guys to ask yourself this. What the fuck do you think they're gonna think when we start opening up tiny black holes and shit? Okay, one of the other things that, and I think you could kind of correlate the two. Have you ever seen the movie The Mist, Doc? Because there's a movie called The Mist, and they actually created a show years later about this. The premise of the movie was that there was a military base doing experiments exactly like this. Now, guys, listen, please. I'm not by any means saying that this is going to happen. However, like I said earlier, if there was even a 1% chance that we opened up a portal to another fucking dimension, because if you were paying attention, scientists, not me, scientists believe there's at least three other dimensions we do not know about, we cannot access, but we believe that they're there. So again, going back to my point, the movie The Mist was there's a military base close to this town, and they were trying to open up portals, and well, guess what? They succeeded. But what they didn't think was going to happen was that once they opened up that door, tons and tons of these creatures from a completely different fucking dimension come marching their ass through the door and start fucking shit up, right? So again, guys, even if there was a 1% chance that this could happen, ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? I mean, guys, think about it. I'm pretty sure gunpowder was invented in Japan, right? How many people do you think died before they had it down to a science? How many people do you think died in nuclear reactors and shit at fucking nuclear plants over time before we got it right? Excuse me, Chernobyl. Chernobyl? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Question? Bueller? Anybody? You? Yeah, this shit happens, guys. Experiments go fucking horribly wrong. Okay? So I'm going to play this just a little bit further.
Wise study how gravity works when particles are at small distances to look for any changes that could indicate the existence of extra dimensions. They can also study black holes, which are objects with extremely strong gravity, to understand if extra dimensions affect them. By comparing their observations to what they expect from theories, scientists can test different ideas and explore the possible existence of other dimensions. But a concept that's even more intriguing is the idea of supersymmetry. It's simply a theory that says there is a partner particle with different properties for every known particle. These partner particles could help explain some mysteries in particle physics. Supersymmetry is also connected to the idea of extra dimensions. It suggests that extra dimensions could help explain why different energy scales, like the Weak and Planck scales, stay stable. It's like an extra dimension balances things out. Scientists are trying to find evidence for supersymmetry and see if it is linked to extra dimensions. However, scientists have not found any clear evidence for supersymmetry or extra dimensions. It's challenging to prove these ideas experimentally, and it raises questions about the models that rely heavily on them. But researchers are still actively studying supersymmetry because it provides a good framework for understanding particle physics. Like the idea of supersymmetry, scientists at Cern are also actively studying energy and momentum conservation violations. These principles are important in understanding how the universe works. But at Cern, some observations and theories suggest that energy and momentum might not always stay the same, especially when interacting with hidden dimensions. When particles collide with a lot of energy,
Wait, hold on.
the total energy and momentum are expected to stay constant. However, some results and theories propose situations where energy and momentum might appear to change because of interactions with hidden dimensions. Studying these possible violations is exciting because it challenges what we know about the laws of physics. It opens up new possibilities and helps us learn more about the potential existence of other dimensions.
Okay, guys, I think that's pretty much it. But I do want to mess around, maybe in another episode, and we can go over some theories. We can go over some possible outcomes as to how, this could go horribly, horribly wrong. Doc, are you still with me? Well, look, guys.
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Oh, okay, good, okay.
I'm still here.
So, how do you feel about this, Doc? Because I do want to wrap things up.
They're playing with fire. They're messing with people's lives. I'll be honest with you. I'm not into that. To be truthful with you, I'm not into it. When you have the capability to recreate or open up another portal, open up another dimension that you have no insight on, that's scary. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're doing right now. You're tapping into things that you don't have a backup plan for. Right. Mm-hmm. So what happens if the Cern shuts down? Like, what happens if it malfunctions? Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna have no Chernobyl. You're not gonna have a nuclear meltdown. You're about to have a worldwide meltdown right. Based off of technology. And right based off of man trying to become God.
Exactly. I was just gonna say that. And look, I'll tell you guys right now, they have more than enough money. It says right here, and just so you know, CERN stands for Conseil Européen pour la Recherche Nucléaire. I'm pretty sure nuclear means nuclear. The European Center for Nuclear Research. Okay. And it says right here that CERN spent $10 billion over decades chasing this God particle. Okay, 10 billion over decades. They have that 10 billion, bro. That is military money. Okay, that's military money. So with that amount of money, anything's possible, including the devastation of Earth. Any parting words for these folks, brother?
Appreciate everybody joining the cast tonight. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate Alicia Mack. Shout out to you for being the moderator to this as well.
Shout out,
Alicia. And until next time.
That's facts over feelings, y'all.